Hi everybody, it's Peg, and today on Art Joy Sharing, which is my sister channel that I share with Chelsea, we were doing assemblage art. And in order to start that, I needed to work ahead of time and have some papers created. So what you see me doing right now is some gel printing. I have these stamps that I've made just from some craft fun foam that you get like from Michael's or any of those crafty spaces where you buy your craft supplies, whether it's Walmart or whatever. And I created these fun foam stamps, and I'm just using that to add some texture to my layers of paint on these black text weight papers. I'm going to create several of them. I have an idea of what I want to do for my project, and in order to do that, you need to have these things dry. So when you work with gel prints, first step is just to get the stuff printed. Then I go back to my prints the next day because you do not want to put a pen on top of wet paint. It just kind of destroys your pen. So what I do is I come back to my gel print the next day with some markers, and I will do a little bit of doodling on top of my pages. And that's what you're going to see in the finished project, where I've doodled on top of those pages. I've cut them down, I've glued them down, and created some fun things to work with. Now, we do a live show each Thursday on Art Joy of Sharing, and I'm just prepping some paper in anticipation of starting the show at 10:30 on Thursday morning. And one of the problems with doing a live show is that my camera wants to adjust to anything white. So I'm just creating a background, and I will end up using some of this paper also in my finished project. Now, these stencils are some stencils from my friend Carla at What If NC. Carla had sent me a lovely Happy Mail box full of these ATC stencils, and she's running a deal where you can get a number of them at a discount on her Etsy page. So go check her out if you're interested in any of these stencils from Carla. So, just playing around before the show starts. I've got some paint on my desk. I was rearranging paint in my studio, and I ran into these pots of paint. Excuse me, they're Dilutions paint. While they still make the Dilutions paints, they no longer come in these pots, and I don't know how long it's been since they made them in these pots, but I bought them when they were half price and clearancing them out of some store. So I'm just going to use up the paint as best I can because I need to use it before it all dries out. And that's why I was rearranging things in my studio. Now there on the left-hand side, you can see the box of lovely ATC stencils. And this one is one of my favorites, this little sunflower stencil. So I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to get ready, can't even talk. I'm going to get ready to do the live show because this was all in the green room, just talking with Shell before the show started. Now, I'm going to do a cigar box for today's project. My son had brought me several of these, and we're just getting started with the show, the live show. I'm cleaning up the edges of the box. The paper isn't glued down real well, and so I'm cleaning off those strips of paper that were not glued really well. I'm measuring, trying to figure out just what I'm going to do with those papers. I could use the paper that's on my desk, but I'm pulling out some of those printed papers that I'd done earlier in the week. I've still got some of that paint on my desk, and yeah, just can't seem to quit with these gel prints. So I'm pulling out the papers, and I've got some perfect paper adhesive. I'm going to glue down some paper to that raw wood. Probably got more glue than I need, but you know, I'm just talking to the audience and not paying attention to what I'm doing. It's oozing out the sides, whatever. So I'm going to trim down some of these pieces to fit around the outside of my box, around the inside of my box, just trimming out these papers to use to coat the cigar box. Trying several different pieces out here, trying to get it to fit. Yeah, didn't measure right. It's measure twice, cut once. Yeah, that was not me today. So I'm going to glue all of that down. I'm going to speed this up, and we will be back. So if you're having a little difficulty following what I've been doing, you can go watch the whole live video, which is an hour and a half, over on Art Joy is Sharing. However, what I was doing was trying to put some dimension on this piece, and I was using that plastic box thinking I was going to raise things up, but you couldn't really see through it, especially in the video. So I used some washi tape and rub-ons and things to add some texture. I'm using some transparency and dimensional adhesive to layer these things up within my cigar box. And then I'm going to add some embellishments. I have these dome pieces. I think they're from Tim Holtz, and I had whitewashed the outside of them so that you could just see through. I have a little bottle cap with a cute little jack-o'-lantern, some chipboard embellishments. So I'm just going to glue these pieces in here before I put the final topper on my cigar box. And I'm going back to that overhead, and I'm just going to dry brush the edge so that you don't see the glue and the things around the edge. And then I will glue that down, add a few more embellishments on the very top, and I will be finished with my assemblage for Art Joy is Sharing for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and that you are in the mood to create something wacky, crazy, using all the stuff you've got around your studio, and make some assemblage art, and use our hashtag ArtJoyIsSharing so that we can find what you are sharing with us. Thanks, guys. See you again next time.